Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Been a little while since we've seen the red Fiat, but we're going to have a little look at it today, so just flip the camera around. I have been meaning to do an update video on this for ages. In fact, I filmed a few different bits, and if I remember, I will sling the footage in here. But so that's popped out nicely. We'll just clean up and weld the hole there. The back has come out a little bit, but not as much as it needs to, so I think what I'm probably going to have to do there is separate this inner skin from the outer skin and tidy it up, because it's a bit thick to pull out, so that's probably what my problem is there, but it will get fixed and I will get as much of it popped out and dressed back as I can, and then I'll weld that inner bit back on. That way I don't have to have too much in the way of sort of filler over there, which I don't really want. As you can see, it's now sitting on its side to give me access to the underside, inner wheel arches and other sort of little bits that need some tidying up and some stitch welding on it. It's literally just rolled and sitting nicely on some cardboard there. I have lashed it down just in case it decides to go for a wobble. There is no movement there, so we're all good. But just in case it wants to roll, it's tied into a ground anchor there. So what we're going to try and do today, and I say try because it's -3 here, so it's melting and dripping down, so I'm not entirely sure how long I'm going to spend on this today. What we're looking at doing is just sort of a few areas like this where replacement panels have gone in from the top. They are all welded in, but I'm just going to sort of knock the seams flat and clean them up and just seam weld sort of around here and here. You can see all the penetration from the welding of the inner sill to the bottom of the floor. Likewise, just a little bit of tidying up around here, grinding back some of the welds. I will get round to properly welding in the inner arches, maybe not today though. So very similar sort of picture on the lower edge here. These are the floor pans, as I say, have been welded in from the top, sort of spot welded along here, and then seam welded along the edge on the inside. But I'm going to clean them up and just stitch weld them along here on the bottom as well. Likewise along the edge here. And I do need to think a little bit more about what I'm going to do here. This is the central spine tunnel, if you like, and it has kind of gone through here, so I'll probably cut that out. It's double skinned along the edge, and I'll put a new piece in here at some point. I have new well, actually I'm going to reuse the jacking points for the front, and I have new jacking points for the rear that again will go on both sides, and we'll do the same here. We'll just sort of clean up and seam weld all of these areas in, because it was a bit difficult to get to that from above, as you'd expect. So as I say, it's pretty chilly out here. Not sure how far we'll get, but I'll stick it on a time lapse. We can have a little look. Got the Oxford ready to go. Got the angle grinder ready to go. Okay, so we were a little bit defeated by the cold there, not actually because I got too cold, but because my gas bottle got too cold and has lost all pressure. So we were running out of shielding gas, but I have just welded along the seams here. I haven't quite finished that one there. Again, we've stitch welded along these seams here. Need to just sort of finish that one up there. As you can see, lack of gas pressure. Now we've got some porosity in that weld there, and we've got a bit of porosity in that weld there. So those are not good welds, those two, but it doesn't really matter because I'll grind them back and do them again once I've found a way of keeping the gas bottle warm. But as you can see there, we've got sort of some nice joins again just across here, just reinforcing what was done on the inside, and hopefully we'll be able to crack back on with that relatively soon, because it is getting near to the point where I can count the sort of the fabrication and welding part as finished. There are a few bits here where I need to make parts, like fold something up to join here to here where that bit was cut out. There's a few bits on some of the inner arches, but other than that, it's really just re-seam welding along the bottom, belt and braces, and we'll be good once I figure out what I'm going to do with that bit there. You can see, just ignore the fact there was a little bit of high wire speed on some of those. The inner repair panel for the battery tray now seamed from sort of up underneath, and all the repairs to the inner part of the jacking points there, all good. Yeah, quite happy with where we're at on that one there. So I will call it a day. Call it a day on the little red Fiat today, because I'm not going to be able to do anything else without any welding gas. And if you want to see more of this project and you want to catch the next instalment, remember to subscribe. It's not moving quite as fast as perhaps I do when it's warmer during the year, but we will get there, and you'll see some videos dropping over the next few weeks. I'm not sure how many I'll do on welding up the underside, because it's very similar to what you saw today, but I'll certainly give a little walk around once it's finished, and we'll have a little look. Videos coming up on this one here. I've made some deck lid standoffs that basically fit all Fiat 500s, whether you've got this latch or a later one, like the latch that comes on that deck lid. And I'll put together some prototypes, because I'm going to knock some of them up for sale to anyone that wants some tubular steel ones, and I'll put together a little video on those and how to install them. So again, please give us a like, please give us a subscribe. Helps keep me motivated through the cold winter months. I hope you've enjoyed it. Till the next time, take care.